Here's how I wound up watching that terrible Perez Hilton video. A bunch of people came into my TikTok live and started saying that something had happened with Perez Hilton, that maybe he'd attempted, but they didn't get into the fact that it was on TikTok live. People kept flooding in and saying this more and more, to the point that I finally typed his name into X and I saw a video that I don't think is there anymore, that I wish that I had never seen.
Hot take, but I don't care if Perez Hilton gets better or not. I see all of these posts talking about praying for him and that he gets better. I don't care. His entire career in the 2000s was centered on making fun of people when they were at their lowest. And presumably this is his lowest in his life. And we're now supposed to feel sorry for him when, if this was a celebrity in the 2000s that did what he did on TikTok Live, he would be making fun of them and laughing at them.
Y'all, Perez Hilton's recent live stream has left the internet seriously shaken. During the TikTok Live, Perez appeared to be in an extremely distressed state, and viewers reported seeing what appeared to be an attempt at self-harm. The live stream was reportedly disturbing enough that people who witnessed it said they were deeply affected by what they saw. So, trigger warning, if you're sensitive to discussions about self-harm or disturbing situations, you may want to skip this one. And please do not search for or watch the live stream. What happened has already sparked a huge debate online, with people questioning what led to the live stream, what happened afterward, and whether Perez will even return to the internet the same way after this. There are a lot of questions surrounding the situation, so let's break down what we actually know, what people are saying, and the latest updates. For someone who spent years documenting everyone else's scandals, this time the spotlight turned toward Perez himself, and under heartbreaking circumstances. On August 4th, Perez appeared during a TikTok live that quickly became deeply disturbing. He appeared to be going through what looked like a severe mental health crisis. He was reportedly naked, covered in a substance that appeared to be blood, and was said to be holding what looked like a bread knife while seemingly harming himself on camera. And this wasn't the kind of internet clip you casually watch and move on from. Even people who normally have a pretty high tolerance for shocking content said the live stream was genuinely traumatic. So seriously, there's no reason to go looking for the footage.
If you saw what he did on live, it probably is affecting you. I saw it and it is affecting me. It is well documented, the things that Perez has said about other people over the years. So it's really easy to go, he deserves this, and I don't care about it. It shouldn't affect me. A lot of people, maybe not at the level that Perez was doing it, not publicly, but people will do things like he was doing privately. He was making sounds that do not logically go with the act that you saw him doing. The sounds and the actions don't line up. They're incongruent, and that feels off-putting given his history and how he feels about himself, how he felt about himself to be able to do what he did, in the past. He had to feel a certain way about himself to be able to do that, spew that onto other human beings. He's taken accountability for his actions in the past. Has he actually ever cleared that energy from his body? No, he hasn't.
Right now, but we do want to show you some video that we got about an hour ago. It's of a man inside this home where the deputies are and where they were stationed or set up at. It appears to show the man inside the home, and we blurred it because this man is naked and possibly bloody as well.
Following the incident, reports said Perez was hospitalized and was receiving medical care. At that point, the story stopped being about celebrity gossip and became a much more serious situation centered on his immediate well-being. The Miami-Dade County Sheriff's Office also confirmed that deputies received multiple calls about someone live streaming acts of self-harm on social media. While they did not name Hilton directly, deputies located the person's home, spoke with family members, and then stepped back while continuing to monitor the situation and support his family.
Multiple people called emergency services, and the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office responded, confirmed that he was alone inside of his residence, spoke with family members on the scene, and prioritized de-escalating the situation. Shortly after he had been live streaming this, TikTok suspended and banned his account to take the live off of the internet completely. Now, paramedics were later seen wheeling someone into an ambulance, which people people speculate was Perez Hilton himself. And then Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office stated that the individual was, quote, safely recovered and transported by Miami-Dade Fire Rescue to a local hospital.
Meanwhile, Hilton's TikTok account was banned and the live stream was taken down. And this isn't the first major health crisis Hilton has opened up about this year. Earlier in the year, he revealed that he had spent 3 weeks in the hospital after what started as the flu developed into an ulcer, then a perforation, and eventually sepsis.
I was hospitalized. I had the flu. I had the flu for about a week. So because I had been taking all of this medication without food for a week, I developed an ulcer, then a perforation, and then sepsis. People die of sepsis.
After being released and returning home, Hilton said the experience gave him a lot of time to reflect. He even shared that he believed God had presented himself to him during that difficult period.
One of the most special things about this experience is that God presented himself to me. It was not a feeling. God presented himself to me.
He had also broken down while talking about everything he was going through. Later, Perez opened up about another major struggle he was facing, the cost of his medical treatment. Even with insurance, he said the medical bills had become extremely expensive. And because of everything he had been dealing with physically, he said he wasn't able to work, making the situation even harder financially.
You don't want to know how much I had to pay in hospital bills with insurance. That's why your boy is now in hustle mode. I have all that I had to take care of, and I wasn't able to work for over a month. So I just dropped a new merch collection.
So when you put all of that together, the serious health problems, the financial pressure, and now this latest mental health crisis, it becomes clear that Perez has been dealing with a lot behind the scenes. Whatever someone may think of him as a celebrity or blogger, this is ultimately a real person and a family going through an incredibly difficult moment. Now, following this latest incident, his family has broken their silence with a brief update on his website. They confirmed that Perez is receiving medical care and said their main focus right now is his well-being. They also asked everyone to respect Perez's privacy as well as the privacy of his family while they deal with what is clearly a very difficult situation. And honestly, that's probably the most important thing right now. The family added that if they're able to share any further updates, they'll let everyone know as soon as possible. And what makes this situation even more heartbreaking is that Perez isn't going through this alone. He is a father of 3, and according to his family's statement, his 3 children, his niece, and his sister were inside the home just minutes before he went live and appeared to harm himself during the live stream. The family said they had to leave the home to protect themselves from witnessing any more trauma after it became clear that Perez was harming himself. And honestly, that's an incredibly painful detail to take in. Whatever was happening in that moment, his family was right there, and they were forced to make the heartbreaking decision to get themselves out of the situation. For his children especially, this is something no family should ever have to experience. Right now, the focus really needs to be on Perez getting the care he needs and giving his loved ones the privacy and space to process everything that happened. But even with all the sympathy surrounding Perez's situation, there has also been a lot of criticism over the fact that the live stream was happening publicly in the first place. The live stream reportedly continued for around 30 minutes before it was taken down, meaning thousands of people may have been watching while Perez was in that extremely distressed state. And because viewers were able to screenshot and screen record parts of it before it disappeared, the situation continued spreading across social media even after the live itself was gone.
I don't think we're ever going to be seeing Perez Hilton again. I think he's gonna live just based off of like what the news is saying. But I unfortunately saw part of that live stream. Do not go looking for it. It's worse than you even are thinking it might be. He mutilated himself so badly that, considering how like vain and superficial he is, I don't think he'll ever show his face in public again. I think he's gonna make it, come to, and we're never going to see Perez Hilton again.
He's totally fucked up, darling. To do that on live is fucked. And if you've got kids, you don't care about your kids to do something like that on live. I don't care what anyone says. Facts, roots. darling. If you've got any love for your kids you would never, and you wouldn't do it on live, you do it in secret. There's people that self-harm that do that shit in secret. They don't go on do it in front of people. So facts, man. The guy has literally lost his mind.
One person wrote, "Am I the only one that thought it was very selfish of him to do that? Live on an app for kids. Like, imagine how many young kids saw that. IDK." Another viewer was even more blunt, saying, "So selfish of him to expose people to horrors like that. Absolutely deplorable." People have also been especially upset knowing that his children and other family members were reportedly at home and had to leave after realizing what was happening. So now there's this uncomfortable mix of reactions online. Some people are focused on Perez's well-being and believe he clearly needed immediate help, while others are questioning why such a deeply personal crisis ended up being broadcast to thousands of strangers and why people are continuing to share the footage. At the end of the day, this is one of those situations where the internet probably needs to take a step back. Yes, people can have opinions about the live stream and the impact it had on viewers, especially younger ones, but Perez was clearly going through a serious crisis and needed medical care, not an even bigger internet pile-on.
Perez, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you, bud, because that was not, Jesus would not let that happen. That was the devil. Millions of us got to witness an attack. That was a spiritual attack on Perez Hilton. And the devil got to almost succeed. If it wasn't for everyone on TikTok being good people, to calling and reporting.
Right now, the most important thing is that he gets the help and support he needs. Whatever happens from here, we can only hope Perez gets better, heals, and is able to move forward from this. So let's leave the speculation aside for now and send some good thoughts his way. We'll keep you updated if his family shares any major news. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Check out my previous videos to stay updated on the latest and hottest teas. See y'all later!